Hi there. Welcome once again to my channel. And today I just want to share some survival tips for those of you who are living abroad. Not just those coming to Kuwait, but those who are staying both in Canada, UK, all over the world, wherever you are. As an African, as a Nigerian, you just have to learn those five tips. You probably know it. Some of you are already doing it. But for those of you who just traveled newly, or those of you who are just planning to travel, I feel like I should share this few tips for you to adapt, for you to add or bear in mind to help you survive. So yeah, you may have some expectations that you travel. You just know that leaving your country to another country comes with a whole lot of challenges. It comes with culture shock. It comes with financial struggles. It comes with even career challenges because sometimes the intending job you came for may not work out for you, or sometimes you may have issues with workplaces and all of that. So generally, it comes with a whole lot of challenges, and I feel like sharing those few tips that helped me and that could help you to survive or cope with the environment. All right. So number one on my list is for you to have an open mind. You need to have open mind and a free mind and understand that things at the beginning may not be easy. All right. You have to learn to adapt. You have to be open to learn. You have to be flexible. Things will not always may not always be the way you expect them. All right. So you have to be, for example, you might be coming into the country thinking that you're going to be a doctor, okay, or maybe thinking that you want to, for those of you in tech, your expectation is for you to come into the country and get a job in the tech industry, and it may not work out at the beginning for you. So you have to be flexible. You have to be open-minded to understand that these things happens. It's not peculiar to you. So when you have issues with career struggles or having issues with anything, just adjust. All right. And for some of you, you may have a very comfortable home where you're coming from. You live comfortably, you have a car, you lived in a duplex, or you probably sold your house or sold your car, and now you're in a new country. It's the transition may not be very smooth for you. So you have to learn to adjust, you have to adapt, okay, so that it will ease you off the burden of struggle, it will ease you off the new environment, okay. Second on my list, you have to network. You have to find your community and associate with them because they are going to help you. Now, there is this thing about Africans most times when we travel or when we get to abroad, we don't want to associate with our fellow Africans, all right? And I don't blame us because sometimes we are too much. Let me just put it that way. Sometimes we are too much. So I understand that. But then again, you need to find your communities to adapt because you know what? When you get to a strange land, your color, your skin pigmentation already identifies you as a stranger. Your accent already differentiates you. So mingling and integration is a little bit difficult when you get into a strange land. You understand what I'm saying? For easy adaptation, for easy integration, you need to find people from your home country. All right. You need to find people to build a support system, a network, because these are the people who will support you emotionally and guide you through some stuff too. All right. And one of the ways to find this network system, it's by One, if you're a Christian, try to find a local church and ask questions. When I got into Kuwait for the first time, I it was a little strange for me because adapting, meeting people, I'd see people, but I couldn't, communicate with them. It's not like Africa or back in Nigeria that you can just come out and see people and you make friends with them. You could just see somebody and say hi, hello, and strike off a conversation. No, it's not like that here. When you come, you see people, you're trying to talk to them, they don't want to talk to you. They look like they have issues with you, all right? Sometimes you greet them, they don't want to talk to you. It's more difficult for people who are in Asian countries or in the Middle East, that is in a country where they don't speak English is not their major language. So you find locals who do not understand English, even communicate with English. So it's going to be very difficult for you to integrate to the system. So you have to find your local community, people from your home country, or at least from your ethnicity, to be able to integrate and find support. All right. So for me, I had to look for a church. And then when I found a church, I felt a little bit at home because I'm a Christian and, church is a home for me. So when I found a church, I felt a little bit at home. I met Nigerians, I met Ghanaians, I met people from Sierra Leone, Uganda, and, we're all the same pigmentation, speak the same, at least not the same language, but we have the same way of communication. We could understand ourselves by accents, by pidgin English. It felt like a little home. So one of the ways also you can adapt as a new immigrant is by finding a local church that you will identify with, all right, or finding a black community. If there is an association of Nigerians or association of blacks, if you're from Ghana, association of Ghanaians, association of Ugandans or Sierra Leone, something like that. Just find a community of your home people and identify with them. It's going to help you to cope or to adapt. So the third on my list would be financial management. This is very important. Now, you must understand that you are in a strange country, and most times, for those of you who may already have a job, you would see that you're earning money in a different currency, and this currency, when you do conversion to your local currency, it might be big in your local currency, but in the country you are living in, this money may not be so much big. All right. So, for instance, you are in Kuwait and you're earning, let's say, 200 KD. When you convert it to Naira, I'm using Naira because I'm from Nigeria. So, when you convert it to Naira, you might be seeing that you're making like 1 million Naira when you convert it. Right. But now, what you don't know is that you're going to pay rent in KD. You're not going to pay rent in Naira. For me, when I got here, my first job that I had was close to 2 point something million in Naira, but my rent was already around 700,000 every month. And then when you put other charges and other things that you're spending, you find out that you're spending close to 1M in a month or two. So the little you can do, it's just going to be too much for you. So, but what you can do is to plan your financial management wisely. It's very important. Now, when I did my job that time, I saved a little because the little I saved, my that first job didn't last. Like it was like 2 months and then it stopped. Then the remaining other months was part of I had issues with my residency and so many things. That's a long story with my visa. If I hadn't saved for the first and second month that I worked, I would not have had the money I used to fly back to Nigeria, process my visa, and come back. So it's very important that you plan, you save, try to manage your income. Don't just start living like, hey, Because anything could happen anytime. You don't know. So you have to prepare to at least solidify your stay first. All right. So good financial management good financial management is very important for you to survive and adapt abroad. And remember, I'm saying this not just for those of you coming to Kuwait, for everyone who is planning to travel abroad, or for everyone who has traveled and it's still finding their feet. These few tips is going to help you. Another thing is that while you're planning to go, if you've not traveled already, it's good you come with some food from your home country. Yeah, it's very important. There are some food that you don't have to carry. Maybe I'll make a video. Maybe I'll make a video on some foods or some stuff that you can pack while you're traveling. But it's good for you to come with some food. This food can sustain you for a few months before you stabilize to understand, and start adapting to spending the currency of the country where buying their foods and stuff like that. So yeah, put that in mind. Good financial management. Another tips I'm going to drop is that you need to keep learning. All right, now you have to be good at something, right? You have to be good at something. For the office where you're going to work, you really need to be skillful in it because let me say whites or foreigners don't place much value on you. Already as a black person, you are already fighting a 1-0 or a 0-1 score, right? You already have challenges because of your color, your skin pigmentation. All right. Acceptance for most countries is very low. That's just the truth. It's very low, right? What stands you out is your skill, right? Your skill. If you're very skillful, then it shoots you to a level of acceptance. They accept you not because of where you come from, not because of your color, but because of your your skill, right? Another thing is your accent. Your accent also plays a trick on you. Yeah, if you're not, depending on the kind of job you're doing, if for unskilled labors, that might not be a problem because they don't require you to speak. So it's more like a manual activity. So yeah, that's on the side. But I'm talking of corporate jobs, all right? So this most times your accent could cost you your job. A friend of mine who was a very good teacher, a very, very good teacher here in Kuwait, lost a very good job because a parent or student complained about his accent. And it's not because he doesn't speak well, but Nigerian accent is a little bit strong. And because he's an African, because he's already a Nigerian, all right, it became an issue. And parents were requesting that he be removed. And that's how he lost the job. Now, mind you, Kuwaitis don't speak very fluently. Some of us we speak better than them. I could beat my chest, yeah, because they are Arabs, and you have some teachers who are not very fluent, who are not smooth in their speech. But the thing about being a black has a way. Some of those parents just want their kids to identify with Americans, to identify with British. Yeah, that happens. So you have to learn to be skillful. Because now, as a tech person, imagine that you don't speak very well, but you know the job very well. It's going to be difficult for them to relieve you of your duty because it's a technical work and you know it. So that's why I said for whatever thing you do, you need to be very skillful, you need to be good. You need to be good. And also try to keep learning, keep improving, and it's going to help you in a long run. Another thing I want to talk about is learning their language, the local language. If you're in a country where they don't speak English, for those of you in Brazil, Those of you in the part of Brazil speak English. Those of you in that are coming to Middle East, in Qatar, in Kuwait, in Dubai, Saudi Arabia, China, Japan, most of all those countries that, or France, most of all these countries that English is not their legal franca, you try to learn the language. I know you're just coming in, but you might think it's very difficult to learn, but trying to learn it has a way of connecting you with them. When I started learning Arabic, I learned a little, just little by little. So sometimes when I see them and they speak Arabic to me, I'll be like, Mafi Arabic. And that's, I don't speak Arabic. Oh, but in that attempt to even use their language to tell them that I don't speak Arabic, creates a fond relationship, you understand. And I began learning a little here and there. And I could say few things, I could respond in few, I could say I don't know this, I could just like that. It creates some kind of bonding and helps you to integrate with the host country where you are. All right. So yeah, last part I'm going to say is take care of yourself, be healthy, yeah, eat healthy, be healthy. All right. It might not be easy for you to, depending on the kind of job you are, again. All right. For those of you who we have healthcare involved, inclusive in their contract, you're safe. But for those of you who do not have healthcare inclusive in your contract, you know that treatment abroad is very expensive. You understand? So you do everything you can to be careful, to take care of yourself, to be healthy. All right. And yeah, all right. And avoid some rough play. All right. Avoid some rough play so that you won't have any cause to get yourself in harm's way and stuff like that. Is there any other tip I want to share? But these are the few tips that I feel like sharing to as many of you that are immigrating or who recently traveled and are struggling in one way or the other. My word to you is that be calm. It's going to pass. It's going to be okay. At the beginning, is a little rough, but with time, it gets smoother. All right. There's a lot of culture shock. There's homesickness. You're going to be homesick. You're going to miss people at home. You're going to struggle financially. All right, but it's going to be okay. That's why I said find a community that you're going to belong to. There were periods that I didn't have a job. I was struggling, but my church community where I was somehow supported me. They were there for me, helping me one way or the other. And also I have my uncle here who was also very helpful, and I didn't feel much stress even when I was out of jail. But some of you may not be lucky to have a family member in the host country where you are. It may just be all you. So you just find a way to survive. All right. I hope this video is helpful to you. Please, you can share it to your friends who are anywhere in Canada, US, UK, France, anywhere in the world who just recently traveled, who are struggling, or who is planning to travel, whoever they are. Let them find hope and strength to be able to survive. Abroad is not easy, but you can make it if you are resilient, if you are calm, if you know what you're getting into. It's going to be good for you. Please do like this video, share it, and leave a comment. Let me know how you feel your plans. And of course, subscribe to my channel. Catch you in my next video. Bye.